Alright guys, Gary from DIY Electronics. I had a subscriber, I hope you're a subscriber, I'm making this video for you. Had a subscriber, a now subscriber, had a problem with a door sensor in his house on, I don't know if it was Concord or Concord Express, but he had a problem with the door sensor and he wanted to know how to clear it. Now, how you get a tamper on one of your sensors is the actual contact might have got smacked or something like that, and the cover is off, or the cover is not fully seated, or the customer changed the batteries and this spring right here, there's a spring. Alright, now let's see if I can focus in on that. Yeah, let me try to manually focus it. No, I can't even manually. Oh, wait a minute, I can. See that? There's a spring right here. That is your tamper. Okay? So now watch up here. Now I gotta refocus you guys. Now you notice, I got a flashing star up there. It means something's going on. So you hit status. And it says sensor 2 tamper. Now watch. I'm pressing down on the tamper. Now the star is not flashing. That's the only reason the star is flashing, because it's telling me that the sensor is open. So I just got to put a magnet on here, and now it's clear. But if I let my finger up, see that? Now you hit the star, tamper. So what's going on is, one, when you probably changed the battery, the spring went bling and took off somewhere. Or two, when you put the cover back on, you might have put it on askew and was, fiddling with it, trying to put it back on, and it bent it or something like that. But that most generally is your problem. This cover is not on properly. All right. So what you need to do to clear that tamper is open your cover up, make sure the spring is there. Make sure that the spring is sitting on the button, and also if it's an older contact, sometimes that spring gets depressed. Take the spring and stretch it out just a little bit, and put the cover back on. All right, and see if that clears it. If that doesn't clear it, okay, just look where the spring touches the cover on the inside. And put a big wad of like electrical tape or something like that. Make a pad right here that'll push down on that spring and help, get that button down. But that is what your problem is the button is stuck. Or it's not depressing right. All right? So that's the couple of things you got to check is, number one, make sure that the cover is on there properly. Then open it up, make sure the spring isn't bent. Make sure the spring is there on that little button, and if it is, stretch it out just a little bit, put the cover back on, see if that clears it. If that doesn't clear it, like I said, put a wad of tape inside this cover so it'll push down harder on that spring. So that's the couple of things that you got to look for when you run into a tamper on these contacts. Now, if you ever get a tamper on a motion detector, those things are the hardest things to try to clear. So whenever you replace batteries on a motion detector on these GE systems, be very gentle with them and make sure you put them back exactly the same way. Because that spring, if you take the motion detector off the wall and that spring goes somewhere and you lose it, that's it. That panel is going to stay in trouble forever until you can try to find one of those springs. And they're very hard to find. A lot of times the guys will take a piece of paper and jam it in there to close that button. But that is what your problem is. You got to make sure this cover is on properly and that tamper is completely straight up and down, and that it is pushing on the button. Okay, so if you take this cover off and you push that button down and the tamper does not clear, the contact itself is bad. Or the other thing you can try that will make these tampers go is you got a dead battery in the contact also. That's another thing you can try, is put in a fresh battery, because even a low battery will cause a tamper condition on these. All right, so that is the dozen little things you can try to clear the tamper on these door window contacts. All right, and let me just clear this, make sure, yep, we got a nice green light, so my tamper is clear. Thanks for watching, guys. Ring the bell, subscribe, buy me a coffee. Thank you very much.